Hello, my dear young learners. Today we are traveling back in time to one of the greatest moments in human history when humans first walked on the moon. This exciting story is called The Eagle Has Landed. It was 16th July 1969 at a huge space center in Houston, America. Something incredible was about to happen. At exactly 9:32 in the morning, the enormous Apollo 11 spacecraft lifted off from Earth. Before this, other Apollo missions had practiced flying in space and orbiting the moon. But Apollo 11 was very special. It carried three brave astronauts: Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Buss. After circling the Earth one and a half times, Apollo 11 began its long journey to the moon. The astronauts watched Earth grow smaller and smaller behind them. On 19th July, Apollo finally reached the moon and began to orbit it. Inside the command module called Columbia, the astronauts settled in for their long ride. They were heading to a place where no human had ever been before. After orbiting the moon for 24 hours, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin moved to a smaller spacecraft, the lunar module. Its name was Eagle. Michael Collins stayed inside the Columbia. Armstrong and Aldrin prepared their historic landing. Then came the moment the whole world was waiting for. The Eagle separated from Columbia, and slowly and carefully it made its way down onto the moon's surface. And on 20th July 1969, the Eagle touched down, and the message sent to the earth was very simple but unforgettable. The eagle has landed. This moment changed history forever. Humans had finally reached the moon. It taught us that courage, hard work, and imagination we can achieve anything, even touch the stars. Across the world, people stopped everything they were doing: children, parents, grandparents. Everyone stayed at their television screens speechless. It was unbelievable. They were watching humans land on the moon live. Nearly 7 hours later, at 10:56 p.m., the moment arrived. Neil Armstrong stepped out of the lunar module, down the ladder, and onto the moon's surface. This was the first step ever taken by a human on the moon, a moment that changed history forever. But did you know something shocking? The machine almost failed just before landing. When the eagle was still 6,000 feet above the moon, a yellow caution light began to flash inside the spacecraft. The astronauts did not panic. Neil Armstrong calmly spoke to Michael Collins and machine control. He advised Houston and Collins about the warning and continued guiding the Eagle safely. Just as everyone hoped the landing would be safe, an alarm buzzed inside the Eagle. Program alarm. It's a 1202. What's actually 1202? It meant that the computer had too many jobs to do at once. It was overloaded. Should they stop the landing and fly away? Quickly, a hero from the ground named Steve Bales, the flight controller watching the lunar module's computer, checking everything. He then decided that everything was okay and they can continue. Later, when the Apollo 11 crew received medals, Steve Bales received one too, because his quick decision helped make the landing possible. Then came the moment the world had waiting for. On 20th July 1969, at 10:56 p.m. EDT, Neil Armstrong put his left boot onto the moon and said these words which will be never forgotten. That one small step for man is a one giant leap for a mankind. People watching on TV cheered and cried. It felt like the whole world was celebrating together. Then Armstrong answered a question scientists had asked for years. What is the moon like? The surface is fine and powdery. I can pick it up loosely with my toe. He said that the moon's soil was soft like dust and walking was not too difficult, just like they had guessed from before. Just 18 minutes after Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon, Buzz Aldrin climbed down the Eagle's ladder and joined him. Both astronauts were now standing on the moon together, while Michael Collins, still inside the Columbia, quietly orbiting the moon. Armstrong and Aldrin spent 2 hours and 31 minutes walking, hopping, and exploring the lunar surface. They took pictures of moon landscape and even took pictures of each other. They planted an American flag on the moon, a symbol of their achievement. These words are still on the moon today, waiting for future explorers to read. After spending 21.6 hours on the moon, almost an entire day, Armstrong and Aldrin climbed back into the lunar module. They took off smoothly, flew up from the moon's surface, and docked with Columbia, where Michael Collins was waiting to take them all home. Their moon adventure was complete, but their journey back to Earth was still ahead. A safe return would turn them into heroes for the world